Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, I don't know if Marcus has ever been to Greek City. Welcome along to the Wednesday workout. We've got 15 seconds to go before we start. I have put myself in Group C, no position to do anything hard. Yesterday, I just fell apart yesterday. Ran Monday, as you all know, if you were at the community run. We ran on Monday, and that was fine. Come Tuesday, well, I had some stuff going on in the morning and it was difficult for me to join the Film My Run 500, so I didn't do that. And then in the evening, I was just absolutely dead. I couldn't do anything. So I decided not to run after all. So here we are, first run back since Monday. Sarah Jacobson is in the house. Heather's there. Marcus Holmes has joined us in Group C. Amy Green is there as well. Jeff Partridge is there. Sebastian Vott is there. Ludlow is there. Henado is there from Spain, Schwartz from Norway, Quigley from Ireland. Who is brave and in Group A? I think there are a couple of people in Group A. I'm not sure who it is. Sarah says, hi everyone, I've run once since Paris and I'm keeping my non-running streak alive today, but watching other people run, that's alright. I haven't put my heart rate on or my camera angles. So Sarah is taking recovery very seriously. Not like the rest of us who are just ridiculous. And I should not have run on Monday. I should have had Monday as a rest day, and then I should have had Tuesday as another rest day. As it was, I had Tuesday as an enforced rest day because I was absolutely done in. Victoria says, huge congratulations to Marcus on his sub 3. She's actually put Sun 3, but I think she means sub 3 marathon. Right, Sebastian, are you in Group C? Sebastian joined Group C as well. And we have to say a big, what do we say, a big something? A big sorry? A big get well soon to Clive Finnimore, who has a broken rib and is not able to join us at the moment on Zwift. He is stuffed at the moment. Let me just put heart rate on. There we go, that was quick. Didn't lose too much time or space there. Let's speed up and catch the guys. Tina Beard says, typical, everyone's in Group C when I'm in Group D. at least you're there, Tina. Yeah, Group C is where it's happening tonight, everyone. Marcus Holmes says, Victoria, we need your race report coming to shed quarters. I think Victoria is cooking the dinner, but if she wants to come into shed quarters, or she could just do her own. Actually, no, she's not allowed to do a run. One of the things, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you. Here she comes. Here she comes. Right, Vic, go and hang on a minute. Where can we put you? Well, I can put you on. If I turn that camera on, I can put you on that one. Or you just come and stand on the treadmill behind me. No, that's too dangerous, isn't it? But yeah, stand on that treadmill and let me see if I can get the camera on you. Hang on a second. Hang on. Find the right oh no, my buttons don't work. Can't find my mouse. Right, you can talk for the time being.
Everyone, I'm a bit jet lagged. Not quite sure what I'm doing. But Marcus says, nice snazzy jacket, Victoria. Yep. If you know, you know, don't you, Marcus? Marcus says, Victoria, how did you like Wellesley College Girls' Sound Tunnel? It was deafening, Marcus. Such good fun, though, I have to say. I got extremely cold after the downpour, and it was difficult to keep going, being so cold. But I think I did smile most of the way round. Absolutely loved it. Phenomenal experience. And Boston is well and truly strong. Yeah, there we go. Put it all up. Jeff Partridge says, better jacket than last year's UTMB gilet. You love that, Jeff. I bet you wear it all the time. Oh, yeah, right. Go. Yep. That's why.
That was cruel by Victoria. She knew, Jeff, and she just went with it anyway. She said it anyway. She knew.
Marcus says he got pretty cold as well. Yeah, it was really weird because when we were at the Athletes Village, after we'd been dropped off on the buses, there was a downpour there. But there was a huge marquee that we could shelter from. But then the rain stopped, and it did actually feel quite warm for probably the first 15k, I guess. But then there was this downpour, and I was frozen. Sorry, Jeff. There's heartless. I'm jet lagged, I'm sleep deprived, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm saying. Apologies. Heather says, you must be so proud, Victoria. Heather, I am. You know, standing on that start line, knowing that we'd all qualified, it was hard work last year, and it was just all about enjoying the event. And enjoying what I'd achieved last year. And I genuinely have not experienced a marathon with such an atmosphere. It was just awesome. And Mr. C is a little bit envious. I am concerned though, I do have a very sore tendon by my ankle. Yeah, so I'm got my fingers crossed for Sunday.
Like, what's happening on Sunday, Victoria?
I've got my second marathon major. That's if my leg recovers in time. Marcus says, "Well, Mr. C, you'll just have to go next year." So Marcus says, completely agree. I thought the rain was going to hold off after the first downpour. I guess that's Boston weather for you. Sarah says, jet lag is real. Yeah, I think I managed about an hour or two sleep on the plane last night. But then I got really confused and couldn't work out what the actual time was. Because looking at how many hours we had left of the flight and the predicted landing time, my maths just couldn't add up. And then I realised that both my phone and my watch had updated to Canadian time as we'd flown over. We flew over Labrador at Newfoundland, and my watch and phone updated. Who knew? Because of Wi-Fi. That there was a reason. Thank you, Amy. She says you've been amazing. Sebastian, you're a machine, Victoria. Well, I've done 2 marathons. I've not yet done the 3rd. I've just got to see if I can recover in time. Marcus, Victoria, how did you handle the Newton hills? Marcus, I now completely and utterly understand what you were talking about. The hills that aren't really hills. You've got this endless downhill, which is actually undulating with uphills in the middle. And then you've got these other uphills with downhill. And you still only clock, is it about 250 metres of elevation? I mean, I kept moving, Marcus, the entire marathon. So I'm proud that I didn't walk at any point. But my energy was getting really zapped. And I'm so impressed that you then pulled off your sub 3. Because I was thinking it was Paris that I hadn't fully recovered from. But yeah, I think it was a combination of Paris still in me. I'd had that virus. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I ran happy from start to finish. Haywood, there was no ginger cake. Most disappointing. And apologies if anybody is wondering what the heck is going on. Stephen is running in Group C tonight and of Wednesday workout, and I have been allowed the microphone to just talk about my little adventure at the weekend to a certain Boston Marathon. We had a really good meet-up with several Zwifters representing the USA, Canada, Norway, Great Britain, Japan. Really, really great it was. Marcus says, yeah, they aren't big at all. This is the hills, which is the frustrating part. It was a very odd course. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but it certainly took a lot more out of my legs than I thought it should have done. Marcus says, I do like how Boston has Gatorade and water so often and both sides of the street. Yeah, am I correct in thinking it was every mile they were handing out paper cups of Gatorade followed by paper cups of water? The logistics of that marathon, absolutely amazing. And I enjoyed the whole experience. I enjoyed the whole experience of going on the yellow school buses. Only our bus driver got lost, and one of the runners started to look up the route on his phone and had to give her directions. You really couldn't. You couldn't have made it up. There's probably hundreds of these yellow school buses, and no, they do not just follow. Marcus, no, we didn't pee on the bus because we took your advice and we peed before we got on the bus, and then we peed again when we got off the bus, having pooed for about 3 hours. Sarah says, now you know why I struggled so much in Paris. Sarah, I did spare a thought for you on Monday. Because Boston certainly wasn't an easy effort for me. And I actually felt really emotional at the start of the race. But at the end, I didn't feel emotional. I just felt probably pride. Is that the right word? Stephen, would you like to get a word in edgeways tonight? I'm actually in the middle of cooking dinner, but hopefully it's okay.
So what are we having for dinner?
Salad, rice, chicken. Marcus heard a story once of one of the yellow buses breaking down on the highway. Marcus, did you see that one man, he started at the finish line, ran to the start line, watched the elite runners go off, jumped in his corral, and then ran the Boston Marathon? He did the double. Marcus says, I love the finish on Boylston Street. Always seems quite long though. Yeah, it was that turning right onto Hereford and then left onto Boylston. How good does that feel? And Stephen was so super excited. He actually saw me cross the finish line on the live stream. Sarah says, I love how you don't even get a break after running a marathon and fly all night. I did have a day in Boston yesterday, sightseeing. So perhaps all that walking didn't help that tendon. But yeah, I've not really slept. Hello to Tim Iveson. He says, well done both on marathon achievements. Very impressive. Thank you, Tim. I think Steve, said to Stephen, on Sunday, he ran a rubbish marathon with a very impressive time. On Monday, I ran a very impressive marathon with a rubbish time. Well, it wasn't.
It's not a rubbish time at all, especially on Boston's course.
Perhaps that was a little harsh. It was my third fastest marathon, but it wasn't a BQ time, shall we say. It wasn't a Boston qualifier. It wasn't a London good for age. Hello to Be the Tortoise. Evening all, working and lurking. Well done in Boston. Thank you. Marcus thinks it was impressive that Stephen caught me on the live stream. Do you want to explain? You were tracking me.
Yes, so you know on the iPhone you've got that app Find My. It used to be called Find Friends and it's now called Find My. So because of both of mine and Victoria's phones are fairly new ones, it gives you live tracking, so I can click on Find My and I can track Victoria wherever she is in the world if she's got an internet signal, and it'll tell me exactly where she is and give me live movement. So when Victoria was in the airplane flying away, you know, while she had Wi-Fi on, I could see her moving across the land really quickly. It was bizarre. And then when she was in the Boston Marathon, I could see exactly when Victoria turned right onto Hereford and then left onto Boston, and I was watching the live stream and I was hoping that they would be able to have the finish line on screen when Victoria finished, and I was doing a screen recording. But unfortunately they kept cutting away to interviews, and just at the time that I thought Victoria was about to finish, they cut away to an interview. Thankfully, just at the right moment, they cut back, and although the two main presenters were on screen, just behind them, on the finish line, I saw Victoria come in. So that was really good. I was really excited, and some of you will see I posted it on one of the WhatsApp groups. So yeah.
And Paul Hayward has abandoned the run. He was lagging behind, and now so far behind after having a bathroom visit that he's abandoned it for a 5k test. Good luck with your 5k test, Paul.
So, running the Wednesday workout, here we are in our first set. We're just at the end of the first set of 4 in Group C of Wednesday workout with Heather, Amy, Hendo, Far from Switzerland, Schwartz and Quigley. I imagine there are other people in it as well who are just a bit further ahead. I seem to be languishing behind for some reason, so I might speed up in a minute and see if I can catch up to some people. So we're about to start our second set.
Sebastian says relaxed pace there. Is this what you call a shakeout run? Actually, no, you did that on Monday, didn't you? Yeah. A recovery.
Yeah, I've just said it already that Monday, managed to do the community run on Monday, but Tuesday, I was just dead on my feet. So tired, legs aching. I was busy in the morning, so I found it difficult to film my run 500 anyway. And then in the evening, I was going to do a run, and I just had no energy, and I just lay on the sofa and did some work on my computer. And yeah, just had no energy on Tuesday at all.
Marcus is considering getting his medal engraved on the back. Marcus, you could have queued for about 18 hours and got it engraved for free on Boylston Street. There was a ridiculously long queue yesterday. I think that was medal engraving. Part of me regrets not getting my Paris Marathon medal engraved last year. But then the other part of me doesn't regret it. Can you? I just put medals in a drawer, never to be seen again. Sarah, in response to Stephen, she said that's how she's been feeling for the last week. Amy says, excuses. I ran at just gone 3 this morning because she couldn't sleep. Amy Green. Yeah, because she couldn't sleep. Impressive. But Sarah needs to get her run mojo back. Sarah, you'll get it back. You know you will. Sebastian says, yes, Victoria, shakeout run on Monday. Stephen was moderating yours and Cecilia's run. Well, she did absolutely amazingly. I was very impressed with her run. Marcus would like to know how I would rate my JetBlue experience. Well, Marcus, I had never heard of JetBlue. It was the only airline that flew from Gatwick Airport. So I crossed my fingers and booked. Am I correct in thinking it's allegedly a budget airline? I mean, I was so impressed. Like, genuinely impressed. Legroom, free Wi-Fi. I was so excited. Lovely meals, free snacks, free drinks.
Just to put this into context, Marcus, Victoria has never flown United Polaris. We have no concept of what that is like. And we normally fly EasyJet, the most budget airline in the skies.
Or Ryanair. I even had free socks. Marcus says, yes, low-cost carrier, as they call it. Well, I was so impressed. I'd highly recommend JetBlue to anyone. Marcus says JetBlue is a few steps above EasyJet. I'm not sure if I was more excited to have food and drinks on tap or to have Wi-Fi in the sky. Sarah said the only true budget airline in the States is Spirit, which you should never fly. She says JetBlue is a bit better than a budget airline. Marcus, yes, Stephen did show me your photo. Do you know, I really liked it. Not that you were in pain or anything. It just shows that you were putting in an effort. I think most of my photos, I'm just smiling. Cecilia has already told me off and told me I didn't put in enough effort. She said that's why I got cold, because I was running too slowly. Jeff Partridge says, don't ever fly to Beeman, Bangladesh. What was the Aeroflot? Do you remember that one? Say that.
I have flown Egypt Air, where that was hilarious because we were flying back from Cairo, and we landed in Gatwick or Heathrow, I can't remember which, and there was a huge round of applause from everybody on board for no reason whatsoever. I mean, you know, often if it's a difficult flight with lots of turbulence and a tough landing, you might applaud, but this was just like a polite round of applause for well done pilots for flying us here. That was a lovely moment. And Aeroflot literally was flying in a tin can from 1953. It was incredible. The Russian. So I flew from Heathrow to Moscow about 20 years ago, and it was just incredible. It was a 1950s tin can. You thought it was going to fall apart at any moment.
Sebastian says Interflug. Not heard of that one.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't.
That's Stephen's heard of it. Amy says yay for smiling. Amy, I took your advice and I smiled all the way. Most of the way, anyway. Rep 3 of 4 for Group C. Hello to Christoph. He says, evening all. Good to see you back safe home, Victoria. Yeah, Stephen is relieved that I returned home. So were the kids. I came home. I think they've eaten takeaways all weekend.
Look, I genuinely got told off for feeding the kids takeaway all weekend. But that's what dads are supposed to do. When the mother goes away, the children can become feral, which is what they want. They want to be feral. You want to just eat takeaway all weekend and stay up all night without being told to clean your teeth or go to bed. And that's what I nailed that this weekend. I absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, Elsa's ill, probably because she's not had any nutritious food. Marcus says fish and chips for everyone. Marcus would like to know what the toughest part of the course was for me and the lowest point. Probably the toughest part of the course was just as I saw the mile 25. Wait. Yeah, with about a mile to go, a guy in front of me he just stopped dead. So I had to do an emergency stop, and as I stopped, my leg cramped. So that was probably my lowest point. Would that be a lowest point? I don't know. Well, yeah. But I wasn't expecting my legs to hurt like that. Well, no, because those Newton Hills aren't hills. They're these... Yeah, your quads have gone from the downhill. But I was... there was a gentleman running alongside me, and he told me to hold back prior to those Newton Hills. And then he said, oh, once you get to heartbreak, give it everything you've got. Well, I mean, I was going to say, my energy was zapped and my quads were shot. Paul Hayward says, highest point must have been at the top of Heartbreak Hill. Paul Hayward, yes, yeah. Stephen, bless him, was trying to explain that it's your sense of humour, Paul.
You're sure when you know that you go or not.
thought you were meant to read out jokes deadpan, Stephen.
Right, me and Victoria have been married for how many years now? Sometimes I still can't work out whether she knows I'm trying to be funny or not.
Marcus says, I think it's a pun. Yeah, so Heartbreak Hill, I thought it was all about being a really difficult hill. I didn't realise that there is actually a story behind Heartbreak Hill with an elite athlete being overtaken. But I don't know the story. I just know that it is about that. What?
I don't know the story.
I thought Stephen then suddenly knew all about this.
Well, I thought you were going to go on to explain that the reason Heartbreak Hill is called Heartbreak Hill, it's the heartbreak of the runner who got overtaken. Yes.
Yes, sorry. I thought you were expecting me to divulge all the details of this runner and what year it was, and I have absolutely no idea. Yes, so Marcus does know about this story. Hello to Anthony Anderson. He says, evening all, welcome back Victoria. Are you showing off your Boston jacket? Thank you Anthony. Yes I am. Get to the, not quite, is it? There's the, and my medal. Marcus says the name comes from the 1936 Boston Marathon when defending champion Johnny Kelly passed the leader Tarzan Brown at the Newton Hills and gave him a pat on the back to win. And then he went on to win the race. Yes, so Brown came back to win. So it's all about the heartbreak of that. Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, it broke Kelly's heart. I always thought people were referring to it was the most difficult hill, but you are tired by the time you get there. Yeah. And as it was the 10th anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombing, I did spare several thoughts as well to what it must have been like 10 years ago. Really has brought the community of Boston together. And lovely to see all those pots of daffodils around the city with Boston Strong.
Right, for those who are still paying attention to the Wednesday workout, we are at the end now of our 4 reps. We've got one more to do in Group C, a little bit quicker. We've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us in Group C, unless Sebastian... I can't see... I thought Sebastian had joined Group C. Maybe he's still in Group B, along with Jeff Partridge. But yeah, Group C, we are now just in the last little bit of our 4th rep, and one more to go after this. And then we've got 1 kilometre of cool down. And we're just crossing over from the volcano into the Italian village. Tomorrow, I will make every effort to be at the Film My Run 500. So Thursday morning, 11:35 UK time, 12:35 Central European time. Stupid early in the morning in the States. Come and join us for the Film My Run 500. And then tomorrow evening in the UK, Thursday evening, we have Bag That Badge at 7 p.m, is it? 7 p.m.
Sebastian and Jeff Partridge are both in Group B. Jeff Partridge says his sister ran Boston 10 years ago. Finished 10 to 15 minutes before the explosion. Wow. And a friend of ours, she was stopped at the underpass. She was after, yeah. So Grace Shin, our fellow Zwifter, she was stopped at the underpass, so she was shortly behind the bomb. So yeah, she very much heard it too. Marcus knew somebody who was stopped on Beacon Street around mile 24. I think it must have affected so many people. Tina Beard will be on the beach tomorrow. Nice. Hello to Neil Messenger. He says, hi Stephen and Victoria. Nice of you to join us, Neil. I hope you're okay. I do hope I've not burnt the rice whilst I've been in here. I think I turned it off.
Right, I just want to let you all know, particularly Marcus, who was the one calling for Victoria to come out and give her race report, if my dinner is burnt, on your head be it. If my dinner is not edible tonight, then I'm blaming you lot.
Marcus would like to know if I ate any quintessential American dishes. Burger. I had a very nice burger. Stephen was absolutely horrified that I had Swiss cheese with it. And also, I can't remember the name of the pizza place that I went to, and it was a really nice atmosphere where we sat at the wooden bar, ordered a slice of pizza, and it was just really good pizza. I've got no idea.
Cheers. Don't tell me you've never heard of the sitcom Cheers. The American sitcom Cheers?
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
They all sit at the bar.
Marcus says, yes, Regina. Sorry, there was a conversation. Yes, Regina. But apparently we went to the best Regina. Heather says, what intonation, but my dinner. You could get a part in Oliver. Oh, Neil ran a half marathon this afternoon. Well done. Oh, Marcus says Cheers is where his brother picked him up after the race. The real place. Yes, Stephen couldn't believe the fact that we could actually get picked up literally by the finish line. In London, you wouldn't be able to get near it.
Okay, 3 stars completed so far. Just coming to the end of the last rep. On the little cool down for the last rep now. And then it's 1,000 meters of chill out time. So I just want to say, I said it in game, but has anyone noticed? Look at the top of the screen. Look how it's counting down in meters. So before the latest update, didn't it used to count down in kilometres? So it'd be 0.9, 0.8 until it got to 100 metres, and then from 100 metres it would count down in metres. But now it's counting down in 500s, like from 500 metres, 900 metres, it's counting down in metres. I'm sure that's new. Heather says hers is still in kilometres. Amy says hers is still in kilometres. Well, look at my live stream and you can see at the top, I mean, that's how so it's now at 60 metres. That would be normal, but it should start counting down from 1,000 metres as opposed to 1 kilometre in a minute. I'm going to go and have a look back at some of my old. There you go. From 1,000 meters now, it's counting down.
Marcus says this is weird. So he measures his distances in miles, but it is not counting down in feet. Stephen would like to know: is it counting down in yards, not yards of ale?
That would be worrying if you measured miles in yards of ale. How many yards of ale are there in a mile? Oh, right, interesting. So Tina says, yesterday there was far less XP on the Film My Run 500, so that may have changed now with the latest update. So there was a little update yesterday, or the day before. Well, when was it? Actually, it might even have been Thursday or Friday. Anyway, there was an update very recently with some patches and things. And so they may have changed a few things. So the Film My Run 500, we'll have to check tomorrow. But Tina says yesterday there was a lot less XP. And we've got this little change at the top here where my countdown is in meters as opposed to tenths of a mile. Marcus Holmes is still in miles, so 0.013 of a mile, 0.012. Yeah, so that's as it was with kilometres. We'd have 0.15 kilometres. Yeah, Sarah Jacobson says the only time it counts down in feet is just near the end of the run. Neil Messenger says he's running a marathon in Surrey on Friday. Good luck, Neil. So but that's definitely a change for me. And if you want to double check, go and look back at the live stream on the Zwift Run channel, and you'll see and try and compare it to what you've got. But mine is counting down currently 679 meters to go, and that would never have been like you see on the left hand side where it says finish in 0.66 kilometers. That's what it normally is. So top left of the screen, finish in 0.64 kilometres. So that's what we'd normally have on the other side. But instead it's counting down every metre now to the finish. Amy says I'm the lucky one. I don't know, maybe other people haven't updated their apps yet. If you're running on iOS, on Apple TV, maybe those apps are not updated yet. But I'm running on a PC. Anyone else who's running on a PC and has updated Zwift, that's what you should be seeing, I think.
Jeff says there was an update yesterday. Yeah. Heather, she says, I always start workout Wednesday telling myself I'll never manage. Then I end with thank goodness I managed it. I need to change my negative mindset. Heather, absolutely.
Expectation effect.
Stephen just said it's expectation effect. Heather, you did those Paris Marathon intervals, and some of those were far worse than Workout Wednesday. You know you can do it, and you know that you'll feel really pleased with yourself at the end. Confidence. Tina said, I may not have updated on ATV. Apple TV. Sebastian says Apple TV updated and meters. Jeff Partridge is on PC, and it's changed for him too.
So yeah, so those who have updated have got the new system, the new way of presenting those meters there. So Jeff Partridge on PC, Sebastian has updated his Apple TV. Tina says she may not have updated Apple TV yet. So there you go. Tina Beard, well done. She got it done at 106%. Fantastic, Tina. Good work. So Tina Beard's done. Amy Green's done. Heather said she found it a struggle, or she always finds it a struggle at the beginning, but then manages to do it. So it is all about mindset. If you want to read the book, The Expectation Effect, which I admit I have not yet read, but I've read a synopsis of it, and I am going to get it and read it. The Expectation Effect, all about mind over matter, basically saying, you know, what you expect to achieve is what you will get. So put your mind to it, say, be positive and say, I am going to do this, I can do this, I know I can, and I will do it. And you are far more likely to succeed.
And on that note, Jeff Partridge says that him and Sebastian will be doing Group A next time. Nice one. Stephen will join you if he can. Marcus thinks that was a fast stream. Thanks for the race report, Victoria. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you for asking, Marcus, at the expense of my dinner.
And your live stream. I was allowed to hijack it. Sebastian said Jeff is joking. Sebastian, I don't think so. You and Jeff Partridge are more than capable of Group A. Anyway, it's on the live stream now, Sebastian. It's official. Amy says, yes, thank you, Victoria. You're welcome, Amy. Sarah Jacobson, it was well worth Stephen's ruined dinner. I think there might be a slice of pizza left in the pizza box. Marcus thinks we need more Victoria hijacking streams.
Sorry, I was going to say maybe we should have a Sarah Jacobson, Marcus Holmes, and Victoria live stream where I don't appear at all.
That's if I get invited, Stephen.
Oh, right, we are done here. Well done, everybody. Yeah, so Jeff Partridge says found Group B fairly easy this time. So Jeff Partridge's fitness is improving, so I think Group A should be a thing. Yeah, Marcus is well up for an epic Sarah Jacobson, Marcus Holmes, Victoria Cousins live stream. Anthony says, just make sure Stephen doesn't try and borrow your jacket. I will never... There's no chance of that, Anthony. Firstly, it wouldn't fit me anyway. Secondly, she's not taking it off. She hasn't taken it off since she finished the Boston Marathon. Basically, she crossed the line, shouted at Grace to give her jacket. Yeah, you did. You immediately refused to go anywhere until Grace went home, got the jacket and brought it to the finish line so she could put it on, and she has not taken it off since. She had a shower with it on, she got on the plane with it on, she slept on the plane with it on, she's worn it all the way home.
I might have worn it on the aeroplane.
Right, Jeff Partridge wants some notice before the USA stream takeover. Yeah, no, don't worry, Jeff. Listen, yeah, no, it's absolutely so you can turn off. Jeff, I am not going to give you any notice. You're just going to have to suffer. But we'll turn the volume to a sensible level. I'll put a limiter on the volume so that it's an appropriate British level of loudness. Is that all right? And like a polite level of loudness from America. Will that be okay? I'll let you know. We'll let you know when we decide to do that live stream. For the minute, we are off. Yeah, Heather reckons Victoria should wear the jacket and medal forever, pretty much. That's the way to do it, Anthony, says Anthony. Yeah, Victoria, I admit it, Victoria hasn't worn the medal the whole time, but I fear the jacket may smell quite a lot in the next 5 weeks. Right, that's it from us. Look, we've done here. Thank you very much for joining us. It was enjoyable to run in Group C. Thank you to Amy and Heather. Well done to Tina. Well done to Sebastian and Jeff. Well done to Marcus. Everyone who took part in the Wednesday workout today. We'll be back tomorrow for the Film My Run 500 and then bag that badge in the evening. Neil Messenger says his Stride foot pod has been spot on today. Apparently Victoria's now being told to poison the dinner. Sarah Jacobson, this is not very nice behaviour, Sarah Jacobson. That's just tantamount to, what's she doing? What's that crime that you can commit? You're encouraging somebody to commit a crime. What is it called? Oh, I can't remember the word now. You know when you encourage somebody to commit a crime. Oh dear. Anyway, all right, I've forgotten it. There goes my degree in English. We'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great evening, a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye, folks.